Lesson 64 homework. Starting with number 1. Find the least common multiple of 8m n to the 4th and 12m to the 5th n squared. Least common multiple is what we're looking for. I know that 12 times 2 is 24, and 8 and 12 both go into 24. So 24 is the coefficient part of this. M to the 5th and n to the 4th is my least common multiple there. For number 2, I'm going to do number 2 right there next to it because there's a lot of extra space right there. I've got 1/2 w x cubed and 1/4 w squared x to the 6th power. Now, even though 4 we generally think of as a greater number, 1/2 is actually the greater value here. 1/4 goes into 1/2 2 times, so the least common multiple of both of these is 1/2. Now, for the w's here, it's w squared, and for the x's, it's x to the 6th. And that is the least common multiple. Number 3. Tell whether each equation shows inverse variation, right, yes or no. Y equals x over 11. This is no. And for number 4, we've got y equals 3 over x, and this one is yes. Now, inverse variation, you've got x on the bottom and the number on top. This is no because x is on the top, we've got the number on the bottom. This actually shows direct variation, and this shows inverse variation. For number 5, if y varies inversely as x and y equals 24 when x is 99, estimate the value of y when x is 50. X equals 50. Okay. If y equals, let's see here, I've got y equals 24. So let's write this as y equals, let's say, k over x. And that's what we'll use as our inverse variation equation. Now, if I plug in 24 for y and x is 99, that's going to give me my k value, and that is going to help me figure out what my y value is when x is 50. Alright, now we don't need, let's see, are we going to estimate y would be, alright. So let's say y is 24 and x is 99. So that would mean, let's just write this out. 24 equals k over 99. Multiply both sides by 99. 24 times 99 is 2,000. So k equals 2,376. Yikes. Okay. Now, we want to estimate the y value. Y equals my k value, which is 2,376, over my x value, and it says here in the book that x is 50. So I'm just going to take this 2,376 and divide it by 50, and that gets me 47.52. 47.52. Now, they're asking to do an estimation thing, and in the book it says y is close to 50. Number 7. The cost of a cell phone plan includes a monthly fee plus a charge per minute. The charge for 200 minutes is $50. Okay, we got 200 minutes equals $50. I'm just going to write that down. The charge for 350 minutes is $57.50. How much is the monthly fee and how much is the charge per minute? Okay, we want the fee and the charge per minute. And now the fee here, if we're gonna write an equation, and the fee is gonna actually be my y-intercept, and the per minute charge is going to be my slope. And I can think of these as my x values and my y values. So if I have 200 minutes, that's my x value, and my y value would be 50. If I plug in 350 for x, then my y value is going to be 57.50. So I really have these 2 points, 250, and I have this other point, 350, 57.50. And what I can do is I can label this x1, y1, x2, y2, and use my slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 57.50 minus y1, which is 50, over x2, which is 350, minus x1, which is 200. That gives me 750 over 150. And so that is my slope there, 750 over 150. Ooh, can we do something better about that? Can we make that? Well, let's go ahead. So this is going to be $7.50 per 100 minutes. So let's divide this out and figure out how much it costs per minute. That's what our slope is. So 750 divided by 150, that gives us 0.05, so 5 cents per minute. So that's $0.05 or 5 cents per minute. And that's our slope. Now our y-intercept, we've got to figure that one out. Let's see, we could count, no, that's not going to help. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say y equals my slope times x plus b. So that's my my slope-intercept form. We could use point slope form, but I don't feel like it. So I'm just going to plug in values for y and for x, and I'm going to plug in my slope, and I'm going to solve for b. I'm going to use this point here, 50 for y, 0.5 for my slope, or 0.05, and my x value is 200. So that's a little bit of a mess. Let me write that out more better. 50 is my y value, 0.05 is my slope, and 200 is my x value. And when I plug all that in, I should be able to find my b value, which is my y-intercept, which is my monthly fee. 200 times 0.05 is 10. So I've got 50 equals 10 plus b, subtract 10 from both sides. That gives me $40 as my monthly fee. And that is number 7. $40 is my monthly fee, and 5 cents is my per minute cost. Number 8. Find the product. B plus 2 squared. I'm going to just write this out as b plus 2 times b plus 2. And I'm just going to FOIL. So I've got b squared plus 2b plus 2b, oops, plus 2b plus 2 times 2, which is 4. And then I combine my like terms. B squared plus 4b plus 4 is the multiplied form there. Then we've got number 9, which is x minus 8 times x plus 2, and it says use the FOIL method. Alright, let's use the FOIL method. First, x squared, outside is 2x, inside is negative 8x, and last is negative 16. Combine my like terms, and I've got 2x and negative 8x is negative 6x minus 16. And that's number 9. Let's move on to number 10. Darius drew a square on grid paper that covers 121 centimeters squared. In which unit is the side length measured? Okay. Now, instead of answering that question, we're going to start with A. And we know that the area of this square is 121 centimeters squared. A says write an expression to find the side length. So remember, for a square, the sides are the same. And in the book, they use, oh, I see. The area is side squared. And so, because side times side is going to get me my area of a square. So I'm going to take the square root of both of these to get s all by itself. What they're asking for is solve for a side. And I'm going to flip these two so that s is on the left. Gets me the square root of the area. The square root of s squared is s. And so this is the answer for part A. Part B, substitute known values into the equation. So s, I don't know the side yet, equals the square root of 121. That's my area, 121 centimeters squared. And then find the side length, and what I do is I just take the square root of 121 centimeters squared, which is 11 centimeters. And then D, in which unit is the side length measured? It's measured in centimeters. So D, centimeters. Number 11. Joseph lives 5 miles from school and Maya lives 2 miles from school. If Joseph walks from his house in an opposite direction from the school at a speed of 4 miles per hour and Maya walks from her house in an opposite direction from the school at a speed of 6 miles per hour, after how long will they be the same distance from the school? What is the distance? Whew. Okay. Now this one, there is a way we could do this algebraically, but there is also a way we could do this by drawing it. And sometimes it's easier just to draw it. Joseph lives 5 miles from school, Maya lives 2 miles from school. And that doesn't really matter. What matters is oh yeah, it does actually matter, sorry. If Joseph walks from his house in an opposite direction from the school at a speed of 4 miles per hour. Okay, so I'm going to say Joseph is here. And he is 5 miles from school. And then Maya is here and she is 2 miles from school. Uh, 2 miles. Okay, Joseph is walking from school 4 miles per hour. So Joseph is going 4 miles per hour. and Maya walks from her house at a speed of 6 miles per hour. After how long will they be the same distance from the school, and what is that distance? Okay, so let's just go 1 hour is 4 miles. So Joseph goes 4 miles, and that's 1 hour. So now he's a total of 9 miles from school. Maya, she in 1 hour goes 6 miles. And that's 1 hour. And she is now a total of 8 miles from school. Okay, now it's going to get a little bit tricky because they're so close. We just need one more, we need, there's a difference of just 1 mile between the two. And so let's just take Joseph for a half an hour. So we're going to add a half hour, and then he's gone 2 more miles, which makes it now 11 miles. And let's say, so for another half an hour for Maya, that's going to get us 3 more miles, which there we have 11 miles. So we are both, Joseph and Maya are 11 miles away from the school, and they've gone an hour and a half. That's how I would do that one. Number 12. Multiple choice. If y varies inversely as x and y equals 9, x equals 12, what is y when x equals 4? So I've got, remember the inverse is when x is on the bottom, k is on the top. And I have y is 9 and x is 12. And then I want to know what happens, what's y when x is 4. So I got to find my k value, and then I can figure this whole thing out. Now I've got 9 equals k over 12, multiply both sides by 12 in order to find out what k is. 9 times 12 is 108, right? Yep. So that means k is 108. Now I need to find out what is y when x is 4. And y equals 108 over x, which is 4 in this circumstance that we're trying to find out. 108 divided by 4 is 27. Y equals 27. So when x is 4, y is 27. Which is C in your book. That's choice C. Number 15. Find each statistical measure, show the data in the plot. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we've got this stem and leaf plot here. Alright, when the stem, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then for 2, I've got 1, 1, 2, 2, 3 threes, and 6 and 8. And then for 3, we've got 0, 1, 2, 6, 6, 9. 0, 1, 2, 6, 6, 9. For 4, we've got 2, 5, and 8. For 5, we have 3, 5, 7. And 6, 4, and 8. And then 3, 1 means 31,000. So number 15, we're asking for, I'm just going to write 15 again over here. So I want the median I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I've got 23 pieces of data here. So halfway between those two would be 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That gets me here at this 2. Let's walk backwards just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, so there's my median, which is 32,000. All right, $32,000. And then 16 is the mode. And that's the one that occurs the most here, with the greatest frequency. So that's this one here, 23,000. I've got 3 3s and nowhere else do I have that. So $23,000. 17 is the range, and that is the smallest one, or the least subtracted from the greatest. So that's let's write that down here, which is the range, which is 68,000. I'll just do the work here. 68,000 minus 21,000, which is $47,000. And then number 18 is the relative frequency of 22,000. So the relative frequency of 22,000. We have 23 pieces of data here, and 22,000 takes up 2 of those. So 2 divided by 23 and multiply that by 100. So 2 divided by 23 times 100, or cross multiplying there, all of that, you get, the book says about 9%. If you wanted to be more exact about it, I would say 8.7%, because it's 8.695. So about 9% is what they say in the book. Number 19 is next. And number 19 is to calculate the personal body mass index. Students first had to report their weight in pounds, make a box and whisker plot of the weights below, and determine if there is an outlier. Okay, so I'm not going to list all of the weights here, just to make this video not last too long here. But we've got 100, we're going to go all the way to 200. 100, and then this will be 110, and then 120, and then 130, and then 140, and then 150, and then 160. And then 170, and then 180, and then 190, and then 200. All right, now we're going to get kind of, let's see, I've got my heaviest person is here at 190, and then my lightest person is at 103. So I'm going to go to 103, which is about right here. And then the center here is at 140, like 3. And then we do these quartiles here, about 118. And 170. There we go. Here are my whiskers, and here is my box. There we go. That's what it looks like, and it's asking for outliers. There are no outliers. And let's see, Mrs. Voorhees would like me to probably go through finding the outliers. I think we'll skip that this time. And if we need to do another video to show number 19, we'll do that. Number 25, graph 9x minus 1.5y plus 12 equals 0 using slope-intercept form. So I am going to rewrite this in slope-intercept form. I am going to subtract 12 from both sides. That gives me 9x minus 1.5y equals negative 12. I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides. That gives me negative 1.5y equals negative 9x minus 12. Then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1.5. When I do that, I've got to divide everything by negative 1.5. That gives me positive y equals negative 9 divided by negative 1.5. That gives me 6, positive 6x. And then 12 divided by 1.5, or negative divided by negative, is going to give me positive 8. So here is my slope-intercept form. And here is my graph. I go up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put my dot right there. When x is 0, y is 8. And then my slope is 6 over 1, up 6 to the right 1, or down 6 to the left 1. And since, you know, this is I don't want to graph way up here, I'm just going to go down 6 to the left 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left 1. And I'm going to draw my line and put arrows on both sides. Number 25. Number 26. Solve this system of equations. Negative 3x, and it doesn't say how to do it, so we get to decide how we do it. Negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 6, and negative 5x minus 2y equals 22. Well, they set this up for a perfect elimination, and so these cancel each other out here, or 2y minus 2y is 0. Negative 3x and negative 5x equals negative 8x. Negative 6 and positive 22 is going to get me 16, positive 16. Divide both sides by negative 8. X equals negative 2. So that is my x value at my solution. And I need my y value. I'm going to plug this negative 2, I'm going to plug it into the top one here. Negative 3 times x, which is negative 2, plus 2y equals negative 6. Negative 3 and times negative 2 is positive 6, plus 2y equals negative 6. Subtract 6 from both sides. 2y equals negative 12. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals negative 6. So when x is negative 2, y is negative 6. And that is my solution. That's where those two lines cross. Let's look at number 27 and see if we can fit that whole thing down here at the bottom, because we've got A, B, and C. Use a system of linear equations to answer the problems below. So it says graph the system, determine the solution, check your answer by using substitution. Here is our first equation, 2x minus y equals 14. Our second equation is x plus 4y equals negative 2. Okay, I'm going to change these both to y-intercept or slope-intercept before I graph them. So for this top one, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. That gives me negative y equals negative 2x plus 14. Then I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1 so that I get a positive y. Y equals 2x minus 14. So that's the first one. Oh gosh, we're going to have to graph all the way up to 14, or all the way